Our mission is to empower women in transition to achieve and maintain economic self-sufficiency. Our typical clients are women who are going through one or more major life transitions. It may be a divorce, it may be death of spouse or disablement of spouse, it may be that they've escaped a situation of domestic violence and they are maybe have stayed there longer than they should because they were afraid they couldn't support themselves and their children. The thing that they share in common is that they are usually scared. They're afraid because they're now faced with being the primary breadwinner in their household, and that is a scary situation if you've never had to do that before.
The goal is to help these women achieve a livable wage job with health benefits, and through the support of the New Directions Career Center, they are able to achieve those things and go on to higher education or training or whatever it might be to help them achieve their goals.
After my husband passed away in 2005, I was out of the workforce for a while. When I decided to go back, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I had been in bookkeeping for about 20 years and I didn't want to go back to that. And I knew about New Directions Career Center, so I took their class, and it was very helpful for me to just kind of frame what I needed to do as far as finishing my education.
I was unemployed and I was looking for some kind of career counseling. I knew that I didn't want to do the same thing I'd been doing before. I was looking to try and change.
When I first came here, I had a lot of negative feelings, a lot of self-doubt, and some of the information that they gave us and guidance they gave us to go through the program helped me see things in a different light and become more positive about my abilities.
What brought me to the center was I hit a place in my life where I needed to learn how to take care of myself financially, emotionally, and spiritually. So by the time I called the New Directions Career Center, I was in crisis. I was being evicted from my apartment. I had 2 little girls I was taking care of. My husband had moved in with his girlfriend, and I needed to learn how to take care of myself.
All different kinds of women come through our program, but they all have one thing in common, and that is they have the courage to first say, you know, I need help, and I need someone to help me find the confidence in myself, and I'm willing to do the work. And then to watch that transformation where they gain that confidence, it's moving.
I came to know about New Directions through actually one of my peers at Limited Brands, and she was the one that had invited me initially to come to one of their great events, the Women of Promise, which is the big fundraiser that we hold every year.
I had a private session, just like I just went in to see, like get an assessment, I guess. And she said, I think you might need to come to the full class. And I was like, I don't need a full class, I'm still trying to find a job. And she was like, this might help you find a job. You know, I don't want to sound all syrupy and everything, but it turned my whole life around, the different lessons that we learned in the class.
It gave me a place to think and talk through and get advice and about what was important to me, what I was really was looking for in a job, what I was looking to get out of a job, and kind of to analyze some of that.
What being in this class taught me was that I can do anything, I just have to find a way to do it.
I learned that I am persistent. I learned that I'm bright and articulate, and all the things that my friends at the New Directions Career Center said I was. If I get to a stuck place or an afraid place, I can call and ask for help.
They have been extremely helpful and nice and bubbly, and for anybody going through this process, it's definitely uplifting, and I think it's very helpful because it can get really, you just get bogged down and stuck in a rut like I was.
The first thing I think the program gave me was a hand. I felt like I was drowning, and it was as if a rope came out of the fog. So I grabbed on, and I had a safe place to be supported, to be encouraged, to be challenged, to be afraid, and a group of women to do it with me. So I got the power of the expertise that the career counselors and the center staff has, along with a group of peers who were doing the same thing I was. We weren't identical by any stretch of the imagination, but we had enough commonality that it was good to know that I wasn't alone.
It really helped my momentum. It helped me get started again. And that alone, I think just getting into the space where I could see myself moving forward was incredibly helpful.
New Directions is a really fantastic resource in Columbus. I recommend it to people really frequently. I think it's just fantastic that there's a place that you can go and find people who will listen to you and who will talk through things with you and help you work out how to think about things and solve different problems.
They take different turns coming into the classroom, and everybody has their own skills that they give to the class. So you learn something different from each one of them, and it's just been a wonderful experience. I would suggest it to anybody that can make it here. It's changed my life. So
when I meet the women that have gone through the program, they have such a light of hope in them, and it tells me that the center is doing good for the community. In fact, I was in a situation where my aunt needed help, and I referred her to the center, and she went through the program as well. So I've seen firsthand the good that it has done.
The minute I picked up the phone and called the center, they reassured me that I was not going to be alone. And it was just taking that first leap of faith and taking actions contrary to my comfort zone, being willing to do the opposite of what I'd always done. And having a support group here at the center to help me do that really has changed everything about my life.
Well, I think our tagline for our organization says it all, and that is that lives get changed here.
I want everyone out there to come and visit us and remember us when it's time for their giving.